Welcome, podcast listeners. This is Fret Talk number 242. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are also joined, you can tell already that I'm not being interrupted, that you are joined by Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, and it's only Matt.
I know my podcast etiquette.
Indeed. So we are joined just by Matt this week. The other two are somewhere, who knows? Just Godspeed, God bless to them. They've got better things to do on a Monday night.
It's because you said that we can't do Wednesday, and everybody plans for Wednesday to be podcast night.
Well, there you go.
That's my excuse.
I'm really sorry for having a social life. Well, it's not a social life. I've got a band practice. Go on. What I've been up to is I've got a band practice. But that hasn't happened yet, so I can't really talk about that, can I?
Have you got any songs to learn for it?
I fucking hope not.
That is the perfect response to that question.
If I have, they haven't told me, or they told me when I weren't listening. So we'll see what happens. To be fair, like we had 2 or 3 from the last time, which we played once live and they were okay, but need some polishing. So I think that's probably going to be our thing this week. I haven't been polishing them since the last practice, so it's going to be a little rusty. But there you go. Matt, how are you? How are you, my man?
I'm good, thanks.
Woo! It's Matt. Woohoo!
I'm back. Yeah, I was almost COVID, but not actually COVID, just all of the symptoms without being COVID last week. So I certainly was it Tuesday or Wednesday you recorded? Whatever day it was, like I had no voice.
Yeah.
I would have just coughed through the entire thing and then mumbled in the background, and it wouldn't have been a fun experience for you to edit or for the listener to listen to. So there was no point in me being here.
I mean, other hosts do that every week.
But I'm more considerate.
Indeed. We've been through this. We've already covered that. Oh, shit, man. We are barely 2 minutes into the podcast and we're already ragging on the other
shade.
That's it.
I'm just sorry. You mentioning band practices and gigs just made me realise that I've booked a holiday without looking at whether I have a gig that weekend.
Nice.
I've just noticed that luckily I don't have a gig that weekend, but I was just like, oh yeah, I should have checked that before we booked that. So I'm leaving the island for the first time in over 2 years, which is just a mental thing to say.
We're
just going. The missus's dad lives in Liverpool, and it's like a hop on the boat. So we're going over for Easter. But I was like, oh, we got offered something over Easter. I wonder whether we took it. Doesn't look like we did. Thank God.
Indeed. Oh, me and the missus have been having an absolute nightmare with syncing our calendar, because we both use, like, both me, the missus, and the band use Google Calendars. And I'd put in loads of the band stuff on my calendar, and then I had the missus and the band double booking. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are people not being able to see my like my things? Like, have they not got my calendar synced with theirs? Like, have they got mine switched off for whatever reason? It turns out I'd been putting them down as reminders rather than events. And reminders you can see, no one else can.
No one else can see.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, we have issues. Like, both bands use the same calendar, but one of them sets it up in one. So we've all got a login for one email account for one band.
Yeah.
But the other band, you put in your own calendar, and then it populates in for everybody.
Yeah.
So
that becomes an absolute fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, so you've got to switch between the two. You've got to switch between your account and the other band's account to see whether you can gig at this. And like, luckily so far, I don't think, touch wood, I've double booked yet. But like, there's been times where I was so close. There's also been times where I've not been aware that I've got a gig on a weekend, where I've got a gig on the Friday with one band and a gig on the Saturday with the other. And I found out like 3 days before, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's my weekend plans cancelled.
Oh, yeah. I mean, such is the life of a gigging musician, isn't it? Like a modern day. How did they do this? Like like 2000s, when like
I imagine they just wrote the dates on their arm in permanent marker and hoped that it hadn't washed off by the time that the gig had happened.
yeah, I imagine there was a lot of people not turning up to gigs,
Yeah,
and that's how people like got pissy and got kicked out of bands.
quite possibly.
Is it? I mean, have we just unearthed the like all of the conflict in bands in the 70s, which is why like Deep Purple had like 7 different lineups?
Well, to be fair, like if you think about all the bands from like the 70s, like Thin Lizzy had like 433 different guitarists. Like you say,
yeah.
Deep Purple had a fucking rotating cast.
Yeah,
There was plenty of them that just had like rotating cast. I assume it was just whoever was free that weekend would just like, are you in the crowd? Oh, you sing? Yeah, you can sing. Go on, you can sing.
it. Whoever had got it written on their arm and it stayed on, turned up to the gig and did it. Oh man. Yeah, so now we have got like ultimate digital calendars, which is still a pain in the arse.
Yeah,
But hey ho, like I suppose it is something, isn't it? It's one way of doing things. I've done some stuff. So I'm gonna open with. I'm gonna open 6 minutes into the podcast. I'm gonna open with the no talk all time that I did this week, because I've been kind of alternating between no talk all tone and the no talk all tone verses. So last week I dropped the blues off, where I did the Digitech Screaming Blues versus the Hot One blues, and this is the first week where I think you only need to own one of them rather than owning them both, because they do just enough different to be able to justify it. But I still can't figure out which one I prefer.
well, you just plug them both in and A/B them like by
I did
turning one
that.
on and one off.
I did that. Like that's the video, and I've watched it a few times and I still can't tell you.
And just like you want one of those pedal boards where you can just like it flips 180 degrees, so you can like just depending on the day you flip to the whole tone or the other one.
Indeed, I think with the Hot One Ho tone, it is so space efficient that if you've got a pedal board that has got like the tiniest corner left, it's an absolute must. Like any of those Ho tone pedals are brilliant for just a little corner of a pedal board. And the blues one sounds fantastic. They are an absolute bitch to adjust. Not because the knobs are like tiny and fiddly. They've done really well with that. They're not like the standard mini pedals where you're like really having to work the mini pots and you're not quite sure. It's because the gain pot is on the top and it's like a massive underlit pot. You can't tell where you're at on the pot. So it's just difficult that way. Whereas the Digitech, the controls on those are like really, really simple to read. So they're very, very easy. I mean, it's basically like a slightly wider Boss pedal.
It is.
And Boss pedals are notoriously just straightforward. You know what you get with a Boss pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think my second ever pedal was one of those Digitech fake Boss pedals. And they're like just the only thing that was a pain in the arse about those is because they couldn't directly copy the Boss pedal. To get the battery in and out, you had to press 2 things at where the hinge is to pop it off, and like it was just so backwards.
Yeah, like, the Behringer pedals had that, so I was used to it by that point. And the Digitech ones were better made, so it was easier to get the foot switch back on. But after a certain while, I decided that a daisy chain was the only solution, and the batteries were dead to me because of those like removable foot switches.
Yeah, I got to the same. It's just like I'm fucking fed up of this shit.
Yeah, it weren't necessarily like getting the foot switch back on. It was getting the spring in the right place.
Yeah,
because those springs were an absolute pain in the arse.
yeah. I mean, I just that pedal design, like, it was fine for the time, but we've moved on from that.
We've moved on from
to
batteries. Just
there's that as well.
Quite simply, like the TC Bucket Brigade that I got through the post, which I still haven't plugged in. Shit. It's so small that you literally couldn't put a battery in it. And I think that's probably where a lot of pedals are going these days.
Yeah, well, I don't know many people that run pedals off batteries, because most people that play that I know have a board, so they've got a power supply, and even if they're like trying a new pedal, it's not that difficult to, if you've got a spare thing on your power supply, then you can plug it in off the board, or if you haven't, it's not that difficult to drop one pedal off to try a new pedal.
Yeah, or you can like chain them as well, like off one outlet. Especially with drive pedals, they tend to not be too fussy, do they?
Yeah, I mean, I do all of my drives off one socket of a power supply, just because it saves on space.
Yeah, and the current draw of drive pedals is
usually like 7 or 8 as opposed to like 250 for like
you digital
big boys.
Yeah, but yeah,
in fact, I think the M5 is 500. I think that's my most drawy pedal.
The most drawy is that's definitely a term, that is, isn't it? The most drawy pedal. So I've done that the blues off. I'm still unsure as to which one is the winner. However, I think in the polls currently, the Digitech is winning. So if you want that to change, get onto the community tab in the BudgetPedalChap YouTube channel and vote for the Hot One Hotone. I did another, like the one that's coming out this week, which will be out by the time that this video comes out, is a listener or viewer request. Like someone suggested that the Joyo Sweet Baby Overdrive was legit.
Okay.
So it got me on eBay, got me Googling, and I managed to pick one up for a pretty decent price. And then I thought, because I've got it now, I might as well do it quick sharp. And it's pretty fucking awesome. Like,
what flavor of overdrive is it?
So it's a Mad Professor Sweet Honey clone.
Okay, that means very little to me.
Yeah, so I believe it's like a really heavily modded tube screamer.
Okay,
so it's modded in a way that makes it not characteristic of the standard tube screamer stuff. So it's not got the huge kind of nasal honk. It doesn't shelf off the bass. It's somewhere in the region of almost like a blues driver, but not like upper mid spike. So it's not as toppy as a blues driver, but it's. I don't want to use the quote transparent. I don't want to, because.
But it's less aggressive on the changing of the EQ.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it does have a mid push. There's like a richness to the mid range, so it plays really, really well with Strat single coils, but it's not tube screamery. And the tone control is called focus rather than tone, and it's really quite a delicate control. Whereas with a lot of the just a lot of drive pedals in general, you tend to get woolly arse at the one end. And if you're lucky, you get like a bit too harsh at the top. I tend to find that from about a third to like 0 to a third is useless, and then 2/3 to the full amount is your useful stuff, but it could do maybe with a little bit more brightness, even still.
I mean, I don't, as you play single coils, I just don't understand you, because I can't be doing with too trebly, and like I find most pedals. Certainly, I don't go anywhere near kind of below 9 o'clock on the left hand side. It's just it's a dead zone for any tone control, unless you want to go for that Santana, all the tone rolled off of everything in the universe, all the tone rolled off your guitar, all the tone rolled off your amp, all the tone rolled off your pedals.
I've dispelled that myth. I have dispelled it.
For one song, look at the rest of his output.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, like, unless you go for that, then yeah, I think the early part. But I tend to find that I don't generally go past about
1 o'clock ish.
1 o'clock ish. Yeah. Like the pedals that I've known, the pedals that are like the exception to the rule for me are the Tate Effects Anteras, because depending on what setting you've got your gain and your clean on, there's different settings on the tone that I like.
Yeah.
Actually, some of them are quite bright and some of them are quite dark.
Yeah.
And the same with the BMB. Again, depending on where you want to dial it in, when it's in front of a Marshall amp. Yeah. There's definitely a full useful tone sweep there. And the Tube Screamer that I got that was in the double mat, the Hello Sailor one.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't matter. Like, you can put the tone control anywhere and get a good sound out of that. But yeah, I tend to find that for most, like, of your standard drives, there's a good sweet spot.
Yeah, I mean, the sweet spot tends to be from about maybe like 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Yeah, for most.
Yeah, for the majority of things. I tend to push it a bit brighter. I like a bright tone. I just do. I mean, it's the way I do things. And it's worked for me for this entire time. But yeah, like the Sweet Baby one, that tone focus control, should I say, it feels a lot like a boutique tone control.
Yeah,
where you've got like useful for the entire thing. So I was down with that. I'm really excited to get that released. So yeah, it's all good. But I think after that we're going to be doing possibly like I say, I'm doing alternating between No Talk All Tone and No Talk All Tone verses. I've not recorded the next verses yet, but I think I'm going to go something heavy. Because it's all been kind of generally quite light drives recently. So I think I'm going to do something heavy.
Something that will blast your ears out.
Yeah, I think that sounds fair. Have we got any more that we want to talk about, or we're gonna go lukewarms?
I mean, the only thing that I've been doing at the moment is booking gigs for TT, because it's almost like the Isle of Man have decided that they're removing all COVID restrictions from the 1st of April. Just like I think the UK has either done it already or is going to, but like everything is coming out of law and it's just becoming a recommendation.
Yeah. Oh, you best not do that.
Yeah, but we're doing the same thing here, and it's I assume basically so that we can do the TT and like not force people to isolate and not force people to like test before they get on the boat and like all of that stuff. So and if Bushies happens, if they get a license, then hopefully I'll get because they basically the big outdoor festival stage. Obviously, they were waiting to find out whether it's going to happen, so there's been no announcement officially of it yet. So I'm waiting for that before we can try and get. Only one of my bands will be gigging this year, because the other one is our singer's away. So the band that I've been with for 10 years that have done Bushies every year since I've been with them won't be doing Bushies for the first time. I think so they've done it every year that I did it, and I think they did it for the 3 years before I joined them as well. So like they did like 11 in a row, and they won't be doing it. But hopefully I can get in with the other band. But yeah, we've got like 4 or 5 gigs in a week lined up so far.
I mean that's more than some touring musicians.
Yeah, and the mental thing is, I'm in a 3-person team and somebody else has got TT off, so I am literally going to be like, there's one gig where I finish on stage in Ramsey at midnight, which is like a 45-minute drive home after, well, half an hour drive home, especially in TT. So it's going to be probably the best part of like 1:30 when I get home, and I've got to be in work at 8 the following morning.
Like R.I.P. Matt.
It's TT.
Yeah.
It's TT, and you've just got to do it. Like, I'm not turning down gigs just because I can't have the time off.
Oh, fair play to you. Fair play.
So yeah, I'm getting hyped for TT, and yeah, we're just kind of getting lots of places are like helpful. They're trying to get bands in now. Like, there was everywhere seemed to be kind of like holding off, waiting for like announcements, and then the government just said, yeah, 1st of April, we're not having any more restrictions. Like, they've started putting out the kind of crash mats around the course that kind of indicates that TT's on its way. They've closed the mountain road so they can do some repairs to it. So like, everything is kind of saying that TT is going to happen for the first time in 3 years, and there's even some bands coming over. So I've just remembered I've bought tickets to the Darkness.
Woo! Yes.
Who I've never seen.
Oh, you are in for a treat. They are brilliant live.
Yeah, so I'm not gigging on Senior Race Day. I'm watching the Darkness, which will be pretty epic.
Yeah.
And they've also announced, they haven't announced the date or the ticket price yet, but Chic are coming over as well with Nile Rodgers.
Oh, nice. That'll be a good one.
And if I'm not gigging, like, yeah, absolutely. I love me a bit of funk.
Yeah. And like, Nile Rodgers isn't going to be around forever. So, like,
exactly.
to say that you've seen the Hitmaker live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm not gigging when that is, then I'll be getting tickets for that as well.
Right on. What? So we've got a hot take, haven't we, Matt? Well, you've got a hot take.
Yeah, I'm going for the hot take this time.
Indeed.
And my hot take is that any delay pedal that costs more than £100 should have a tap tempo on it. Otherwise, it can get the fuck out.
I mean, it's hard to argue against this. It really is hard to argue against this. I'm thinking back to like recent delay pedals that we've mentioned. They've pretty much all got tap tempo, haven't they? Mind you,
Well, it's like
RE2. How much is that going for? And that doesn't have tap tempo
they're
as
like
standard.
180 quid, aren't they?
There you go. That doesn't have tap tempo as standard, does it?
Yeah, no, not as far as I'm aware, unless it's like a hidden feature that nobody's talked about yet.
Yeah, I think it might be via like external control. But
this is the thing. Like, everybody goes, oh, you can just plug a tap tempo, like one of those little tap things in. It's like, I don't want an extra little box that doesn't sit well on a board because it's tiny.
Yeah.
So whenever you put your foot on it, it falls over. I don't want any of this nonsense. There's extra cable routing, and also just have it built into the pedal as standard. Just build it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to, like, if you. My argument is, if you are in a band situation where you're doing covers, you're going to need multiple lengths of delay, and no one wants to get on their knees to change the length of your delay whilst you're in a set. If you don't want multiple lengths of delay, why are you spending more than 100 quid on a delay pedal? Just like there's plenty of good one sound delay pedals out there. So if you just want one sound, pick that sound. Just pick the good one of that sound. You don't need a multi-effect delay pedal like the RE2 is the kind of like a prime example. It's 209 quid in some places and 200 quid elsewhere. Why? What is the? I don't understand. Just pick one of the sounds that's in it on a HX stomp if you've got a stomp, or you have it in your M5, or you have it in, you use the kind of what was the TC one you mentioned, the Bucket Brigade, because like that's the kind of sound that you go and like. There's good single style delay pedals that are cheaper, will do the same thing because they don't have 200 functions in them, and like you pick that, or you pick one that's got multi functions and you can tap the fucking tempo that you want in, so you don't have to crawl around on the stage.
I'm gonna say we've missed you, Matt. We've missed you. This is like classic premium quality Matt rant. You've sold me on it. Look, I agree. I can't argue. So I suppose I have to play with the devil's avocados, don't I?
You do.
And the RE2 is the crux of this. That actually, it, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have like an abundantly clear tap tempo without additionals. And
Yeah, I think it is an additional. I think it's like it's got 3 jacks on one side and 2 on the other, and I think one of them is for tap.
so yeah, and these are gonna sell like absolute hotcakes, aren't they? So the statement delay over £100 should. I mean, you've worded this very carefully because it should have tap tempo.
It just yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult not to.
I mean, I'm looking around and like even the DD3 doesn't have tap tempo, and they're 150 quid, and they're down to like you can get them for like 120, but still like.
Yeah.
Why are you just not buying a cheaper delay pedal that does the sound as good? Just I don't understand why they don't just have a tap tempo on a delay pedal, because it's the most logical thing to have a tap tempo on.
Yeah.
And you can definitely if you're Boss, you've only got one button because you've not changed your pedal design in 175 years and you can't move with the times. But most companies have moved away from that style, and they've got even like the standard MXR styles. You can put a foot switch on either side to give you on off on one and tap tempo on the other. So why is that not a thing on a standard? I mean, I'll go at one of the multi ones that doesn't have it. The functionality of the flashback. Everybody criticizes the flashback because their tap tempo is based on hitting the strings, isn't it? Don't you have to hold the thing and it goes into a tap mode and you hit? Yeah, which I mean that's going to sound really fucking weird in the middle of a song, isn't it? Just hang on a minute, my delay's out of time.
Yeah. I think that's the one that you do at the start of the song, and then you set and forget, and that's kind of passable. But again, if it was a like a tap rather than a strum, then But it has got the option again as an expandable lil button, hasn't it?
Yeah, but again, why is that not a thing? Why is that not a fundamental part of your product? You've built a delay pedal, and it has tap tempo functionality, and there's a big fuck off space next to the switch. Why didn't you move that switch 20 mils left and have another one right next to it? Just, I don't get it. Like, I've seen the inside of the same with the Hoff. If it looks the same as a Hoff inside, which I'm pretty sure it will.
Oh yeah,
there is space next to that switch. So why isn't that a proprietary feature? Why is it an extra product that you've got to buy on top of it?
Yeah. I suppose my counter argument for it, and this is again a very reluctant counter argument, but I'm going to argue the point of why do we need tap tempo? Just why? Just why do we need it? Like, unless you are the Edge, and I don't think he even needs it. I'll be honest.
I think he needs it less because he just has like 800 different delay pedals in a drawer that somebody switches between.
That's it, yeah. Oh yeah, his tap tempo is someone else. so yeah.
Yeah. But like, I mean, so I have the M5 because I looked at all of the delay pedals on the market at the time, and the M5 sounded good and had tap tempo.
Yeah.
And if you're using delay for certain features, like the prime example for me, actually, Comfortably Numb, which I've been doing at the moment, there's quite a long delay in the intro when he's doing the slide guitar. And I'm not using a slide, but you've got to make those kind of sounds.
Yeah.
So I needed a fairly long delay there, but then you need it tighter by the time you're coming to the solos, otherwise it just sounds really weird.
Yeah, it's
so
too,
I use
too
the tap
messy.
tempo function. So in fact, I actually switch between delay sounds because you actually need to come back in the mix a little bit, but then use the tap tempo to change the tempo as well. So like having that functionality is great for something like that. But even if I could just only had the option to change the time, at least that you've got that there so that you can.
Yeah.
Because you need like you couldn't do. You'd either have to turn the delay off and use reverb, or use another pedal and have two delay pedals, or you have a tap tempo that kind of fixes that for you.
Yeah, I mean it simplifies that situation. I think I'd probably go for two delay pedals if I'm honest.
Well, I mean, you're talking to the person with two reverb pedals on his pedal board. So, like, I'm bad at it, but yeah, I've gone for the single modulator. Sorry, the single multi effects that I happen to use as a delay pedal.
Yeah, I mean that gets it right, and it's not even £100 as well. Like,
yeah,
how can you justify being over and having less features than this thing? And that does more than being a delay as well. It's got all of the like modulation, and we won't talk about the drives because we just don't. No, we don't do that.
But yeah, and like that's it. So it acts as the backup for any of my modulations and my delay pedal. And if both of my reverb pedals shit themselves, it would be my reverb pedal as well.
Yeah, it's a fucking good pedal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't like even if it wasn't on my. If I had a delay pedal that I wanted and had that on the board, I would have the M5 in the gig bag because it's a backup for everything. It just is. It's just I don't understand anybody who doesn't have one.
Yeah, I mean we've devolved into S in the M5's D at the moment, haven't we?
We have. I mean, okay, actually, I'll change that. If you don't have a HX Stomp or a Helix or that kind of thing at the end of your pedal board, it's like if you have one of those, I understand not having an M5 because that has got it all built in.
Yeah, it's basically like the big brother of it, but like the M5, like I could easily justify having a M5 and an HX Stomp or a full fat Helix. Maybe less so because they've got like ultimate processing power, don't they? But I think you've won hot takes that week. I don't think there's many that's going to argue against that. Maybe there will be. Maybe.
I mean, I think actually, if we'd had Lee here, he'd have had his because I think he was like, "Oh, it's stupid." So I'm imagining when we put this in the Facebook group, we'll finally get Lee's opinion. But
I mean, he can try.
It'll be wrong.
He can try. As just a little bit of housekeeping, we need to go back to last week's hot take. We need to go back to last week's hot take, which it devolved. It devolved into a shit show. Somebody forgot to like untick the options to add your own poll options and vote more than once. So I think the top spot is joint between penis, boobies, and some other thing. I can't even remember what the
I typed in 58008.
There we go.
Boobs on a cake.
Indeed. And no wonder it is a popular choice because I mean boobs are fantastic, aren't they?
I'm sorry, but the best thing was I hadn't noticed that at all, and then because I'd commented, I got a notification when you commented, "Oh no, I forgot to turn the option off to put your own answers in," and I went, "I know where I'm going right now."
Yeah. You smelt the blood and you were straight in for that one. So last week's hot take, just to remind anyone, and you are more than welcome to add your own answer in the poll for this. It was the DL4 Mark II doesn't do anything that the HX Stomp and a 4-button MIDI controller can't do. And I think there was a lot of yes, but with this. It was quite a broad hot take, but it's not wrong. Like it's a difficult product to justify because it doesn't really do anything new or different.
Yeah, like I know there's different settings in it, and all that, and it does have a tap tempo on it.
It does, yeah. It's got 4 buttons. You'd fucking hope, wouldn't you?
Which is just a positive, but it seems to me that it's the wrong. Mind you, I mean, there's loads of stupid delay pedals out there, so there is definitely a market for it, but it's the wrong color, and it's just a buy an M5.
I think that's our solution to any problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's been a little bit of a kick for like nostalgic pedal runs, and this takes that like warm fuzzy feeling that you get from seeing an old not M5 DL4, and fixes the problem of the shitty foot switches. So maybe it's a little renaissance, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the best product for it to be like board worthy. Who knows? We'll find out over the next couple of months. We'll either see them or we won't, and that will be the trial, won't it?
It will.
So speaking about like nostalgic delay pedals, news, I guess. The boss, like I'm resigned to this now. Boss released the RE2 last week as an official, but then they also released the RE202, which announced just after we recorded the podcast. The motherfuckers. So we'd be remiss not to mention this one. So RE202 is the Big Daddy version. It's like 3-foot switch version. The foot switches have 2 modes on them. So you've got on, off, and warp. You've got memory and reverb, and then tap and twist. It sounded a bit like Bop It. But you do you, boss. I mean, what it does have going for it, it's in the enclosure of the old CE1s. So that kind of like weird rounded, it almost looks like an interface. But there you go.
I mean, I don't hate the aesthetic of it. I mean, it suffers from what all of the big stupid delay pedals suffer from, and it's too fucking big.
It is big, yeah. It's top mounted.
You could have 2. It is top mounted, which is a positive. It's
Indeed,
good positive. But you could have 2 delay pedals instead of this.
You could, and you probably get more out of it as well. Like this has got 12 different verb and delay models, but they're all based around the RE 201
or whatever it was.
Yeah. So is it actually 12 different reverb models, or is it?
Is it 12 settings?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Essentially. It does have MIDI, so it affords you the option of 127 different presets. If you are that indecisive, you're the kind of person.
Or you can. Like, I'm looking at it. It just says 4 presets at the top. There's manual, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the memory bar. So
yeah, those are the built-in ones, and then you've got like the MIDI controllable ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, if you are having 127 different preset modes on a delay pedal, you're the kind of person who finds out what page 5 on Pornhub it looks like. I've never been there myself, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's 3 pages too far.
So, yeah. Has this one got boobs?
Usually 4.
Yeah. We're in business. I'm done. Like, there we go. Oh, terrible. So it's also £333. This pedal.
It's a lot of money for a delay pedal.
It will sell. It will sell.
Oh, it will. It absolutely will. But it will sell because it's called the Space Echo.
Yeah.
And anything branded Space Echo is lauded by people who are obsessed with early Boss stuff, and there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, it's that weird one, isn't it? That you've got the nostalgia for the old, like, analog units, but then you've also got the nostalgia for the old Cosm RE20s as well. So there's like 2 different waves of nostalgia going on. And it's it's that magic can do no wrong pedal in the Boss lineup, isn't it?
It is, and I mean, I've never really got it, and like, it's based on isn't it a rack unit, the original 200?
Yeah, and it was like a spring reverb with a tape delay.
And like I mean, I get that, you know, it was a weird sound, and you didn't really get reverbs and delays back then, and it was cool that you could take this one out of the studio, providing you had a rack unit to sit it on and 4 people to make sure that it doesn't move the wrong way whilst it's in transit. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I get that it's cool, but like, I don't get the thing. The thing that this has going for it that the RE2 doesn't is the fact that it doesn't have any concentric pots.
I mean, that's the work of the devil. I've never used in a concentric pot that I've enjoyed. It's always been a chore.
It's always a chore, and you always end up changing the one of the things that are on the pot that you didn't want to change, and the other one doesn't move.
Yeah.
Or one moves not far enough, and the other one moves too far.
They
I
don't work.
hate
They don't
concentric
work.
pots. They
don't
stop
work.
doing it. They shouldn't exist. Whoever invented them needs to take around the back and shooting.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not like it was a clever thought. It should never have made it to design, should it?
Yeah, exactly. And like, so this pedal for me is the kind of thing that if you own a studio,
yeah,
you can have this instead of the rack unit, and you'll attract nerdy guitar players who want to use this on their record. But anybody that has this on their board is going to be the kind of person who leaves their board on the floor of their in-house studio for 364 days of the year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there will probably be a lot of bedroom versions of this pedal.
Yeah.
I like the RE201 sound, the Space Echo sound. I've heard a few clips, and actually, it's a really lush sounding ambience, but fuck, it's a lot of money.
It is, and it's a lot of money for that one sound.
Yeah, and it is that, isn't it? It's the one sound.
And that's the thing. Like, you'll have listened to a lot of different samples, and you'll have liked probably one or two.
Mm. Yeah, it's not for me.
Recreated in cheaper pedals.
Yeah. Oh, I could do that. I've got a tape echo setting on a stomp. I've got a spring reverb setting on a stomp. Put those two together, bish bash bosh. Yeah. You're in business. Maybe there's a video in that, like trying to recreate a Space Echo without a Space Echo.
And what you want to do is put a photo of the RE202 on the screen, but use what's the little one with the barcode on?
The Maleko spring.
Yeah, use that as the reverb and
the
like
yeah, the front.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And tell everyone that that's the Space Echo sounds like. And then after about a week, release another video going, I trolled you.
Yeah, in your face. Yeah, I think we might have given up the game there a little bit. Yeah, so that's the Space Echo 202. It will sell like crazy. So Fender have announced JV modified series. So in the 80s, the JV series were heralded as amazing alternatives to, I think they were like cheaper than the Americans, but were gooder, or at least on par with goodness.
Yeah.
These lot are across the board, basswood body, basswood body, maple necks with a soft V profile. Earlier in our career, we would have made comment on this
about the soft V,
and I don't think we've grown up. Soft V. Everyone enjoys a soft V, etc., etc. Ever feel like you're phoning it in? But these are 9.5 inch radius as well. That's what she said. So they do two tellies, two strats. You've got the 50s and 60s tellies, which are largely indistinguishable apart from the boards. The 60s one has got a rosewood board.
Well, from what I've seen, the 60s one is double bound, and
is
the
it?
50s one isn't. and the 60s one is gold with a white scratch plate, whereas the 50s one is white with a gold scratch plate.
Yeah, I mean, incidental details. I didn't pay that much attention. In terms of spec, I didn't see the binding, I'll be honest. But in terms of spec, there's not much difference. Aesthetically.
Aesthetically, they look the inverse of each other, but yes, the spec-wise, I assume pretty much identical, are they?
Yeah. So they've got 4-way switches. So they've got bridge, and then like your standard parallel. Then you've got neck, and then you've got series. And series is quite a good sound on a telly. It's like really big, thick, and humbuckery, which you don't get on.
I was going to say that's the thing that everyone loved the Baja for, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah, because that had a 4-way switch.
Was it called S1 switching or something like that? Or is that something different again?
That is something different. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, this is just like the 4-way Telecaster switch mod. Yeah. I really wish they found a way of doing it that the series weren't in position 4 and you could have like neck and bridge on the outside ones.
Yeah,
but that's not the way that switches work, unfortunately. So damn it, because that's what I just didn't like about it, is that I had to try and find the neck pickup because I love neck pickups. But yeah, so
I live mostly on a bridge pickup, so it's fine for me. And the other setting that I'd probably want is the humbucker mode.
Yeah, the series mode. So yeah, ideal for you. Just frustrating for me.
So for
yeah, it's also got a push-pull pot for in and out of phase. So there is no tone that you can't get on this. It's literally got all of the Telecaster tones. And both of them are exactly the same in terms of that. I'd go for the Rosewood one. And now knowing that it's got the double binding as well. Double, yes.
It's gold and double bound.
I mean, tick.
Yeah. So basically what happened was I Googled Fender JV modified before the podcast when you mentioned it. And I just looked, and all it was showing me was the 3 maple boarded ones. So the 2 Strats, one that's got humbucker and one doesn't, and the telly. And I was like, oh, just maple boards. And then all of a sudden, ooh, Rosewood board. Let's click on this.
Cha-ching.
Oh, look, double bound.
Yeah. I mean, double bound tellies are they're better. They are just better. Telecasters are meant to be bound.
Yeah. They are, and I'm not much of a binding person, but Telecasters are meant to be bound.
Indeed. So you just mentioned on the Strats, we've got a 50s and a 60s one. The 50s one has got the HSS setup. The 60s one is just standard triple single cores, and again they are like strange colours, aren't they? The copper plate on the 60s one, I think.
No, I don't think so. I think you're mixing it all up. So you've got a Olympic white with a white scratch plate for the 60s, and you've got is it a 2-tone? Yeah, it's 2-tone sunburst, which is like
it's got like a Shawbucker kind of style, like.
Yeah,
like the zebra pickup. Okay, yeah. I am conflated it all in my mind because I didn't give this a great deal of attention once I saw the price on them. I'll be honest. So the prices on these, the 50s Strat and the 60s Telly both go for £1,122. The 60s Strat and the 50s Telly go for £1,079.
Yeah.
So basically 1,100 and 1,150 ish.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It is, and like you were saying that it seems like expensive when the whole point of these was they were cheaper than the Americans but better. But actually, these are cheaper than the Americans again, and they're sitting kind of just at the top end of the Mexicans when we think about it now, and it's miserable, and I hate it.
Yeah, that's probably where they sat before, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, you're not happy that used to be 500 quid and now that's 1,200 quid.
Oh, look, if these were 700 quid all day, every day,
Yeah.
But it's just a bit too much now.
The thing for me is, why is the 60s Fender not got a rosewood board? The 60s Strat, why doesn't it have a rosewood board?
Oh, if it did, I'd be all about that. I love Olympic white Strats. I love rosewood.
Yeah, I'm the same. But like, I don't. I've had maybe 3 non-roasted maple necks that I've got on with.
Yeah.
One of them's on my Cabronita, and I think it's just because I've played it for like 10,000 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The neck that was on the other telly that I sold was actually quite nice. The Telly Deluxe, the 2 humbuckered one. And there's maybe a Strat that I've had in the past that had an all right maple board, but like unless it's roasted maple, give me rosewood.
Yeah, I've looked around my my collection, and there's what I could see is like 3 maple boards, and I have considerably more than 3 guitars. So it's it is that I think it's like you say, the feel of the actual like bare wood under your fingers.
Yeah,
and with a maple one, you have to like really play at it to get that kind of feel. I don't want to put the time and effort in with that.
And even then, like most of the time, it's got to be an older version, because the modern, well, not nitro. What do they call it now?
Yeah,
do they spray on it instead?
Polyurethane.
Yeah, the polyurethane doesn't seem to wear away.
No,
the same
chips
on a maple board.
It just chips.
And like the whole thing about the old maple boards that like I've seen is that they kind of wear unevenly, but like you can see where somebody's played a maple board if they
you get like little divots in the finish, don't you?
Yeah, and it changes color a bit, and you can see where it's Whereas like for modern ones, it's just it never seems to bed in, and that's the kind of I'd like a maple neck that bedded in possibly.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm putting the 3,500 hours into making it bed in.
Yeah, and I think it's that, isn't it? Like back in the day, guitars were so unique and expensive that you had one, and that was the one that you played, and then you played it until it became like super awesome looking. Yeah. Like it become tatty and gets absolutely thrashed. We're living in a life of luxury at the moment where you can pick up guitars for like pocket change. Yeah,
and like I've got the one guitar that I've played for a long time, and that's got a maple board, and that still hasn't bedded in, because, like you say, it does, like, there's a couple of chips in the fretboard.
Yeah,
but they're chips in the fretboard. They're actually mildly irritating. Whereas, if it had worn in like you'd expect the old kind of maple necks to, then I think it would be a very different experience.
Yeah. I'm tempted to take my my maple necked telly to practice this week. See what happens.
Do it.
I might do it. I might just do that. I was tempted to bring, because I've bought the Variax to every practice I've been to with this band and every gig, and it's not let me down. It's an absolutely solid, fantastic guitar. But I've got a rack of guitars that are just sitting over there.
Yeah, you see, I did that when I first got the Variax. I did that for a while, and I'm like, I like that guitar, and 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 now I just don't bring the Variax anymore. Or alternatively, I bring it but leave it in the van deliberately, and then if I break a string at half time, I'll go and get it.
Yeah, I mean they are really solid guitars and really dependable. They're just, I don't know. It's not very exciting, is it? Using the same guitar again and again and again.
Yeah, and like I don't want to say this, but it feels a little soulless using the Variax when you've got quote unquote real guitars. And the Variax absolutely is a real guitar, and the magnetic. But like generally, I'll use just the magnetic pickups. Like I very rarely, unless I'm need an acoustic sound or need a really rocky sound for a song, and I've knackered me Les Paul, I've snapped a string of the Les Paul. Those are the times where I turn the modelling on.
Yeah.
But for the most part. Even then, it's got a humbucker in the bridge, so unless I need a neck pickup that's a humbucker, I don't tend to turn the modelling on unless it's an acoustic sound that I'm looking for. But yeah, it plays so nicely, but it lacks something that a Telly or a Strat or a Les Paul kind of have, and I can't put that into words.
Yeah,
but it sort of just does a little bit, and I wonder if it's because it's a HSS mine, because it's not. It's the only thing I have against HSS is they're pretending to be something they're not, because they're not a Strat, but they're also not a Les Paul.
Yeah.
So they're kind of sat in that kind of, unless you're in position 1 or 2, it's not what you like. In which case it is a Strat. It's not really what it purports to be.
Yeah, there are points at which it sits between those worlds.
Yeah, it sits in a world where it doesn't exist. It's gone between the 9 realms, but it's not sitting in any of them.
Yeah, and I've got an HSS Strat which I could probably just gig with, and I don't. I gig with a Variax because it's an SSS Strat.
Yeah, and I would genuinely, if somebody said but I need to gig with just one guitar, I would tell them HSS Strat, and it's the right answer. But I don't know why. It feels a little bit weird.
Yeah, maybe it's the correct answer, but it's not the right answer.
Yeah, quite possibly. And actually, I think for somebody who's less into the obsessing over the sounds, I think they'd absolutely would just find it perfect, and it would do everything that they need it to. But I'm the kind of person who will obsess over every little bit. I'm the kind of person who will change the delay setting between verse and chorus and solo whilst playing one song, because I just will. And I will, when somebody says, "Oh, we're not doing this song, we're going to do that one," and I will say, "Hang on a minute, I need to change my guitar," because I just do. It's just it's for me. I don't care about the audience. It's for me.
Yeah, and that's music is that, isn't it? It's we do it to entertain people, yes, but a big part of it is it's cathartic, going out there and playing music. It's an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, absolutely, and it especially at kind of the musician level where we're playing covers, we do it to enjoy more than I'm not going out there to try and make a load of money. So
I'm doing
it as my hobby.
Covering fuel and beer for the night is hardly putting food on the table, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's got to be for enjoyment, otherwise, what's the point?
Exactly. So we've got one last bit of news this week, I reckon, before we wrap it up, because we're not going to shit on the Theodore, because I think that's been done. I think the guitar community has done our bidding there, haven't they? We're going to talk about the Harley Benton Hybrid Steel, which the name sounds like something from Zoolander.
I mean, you said hybrid steel, and I was thinking, is this a resonator? Is this I'd not heard what these were called. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, hybrid steel. So it's got to be hybrid, but I don't know what it's hybrid between.
What it's hybriding. So essentially, if you think about the Fender Acoustasonic series, which are, they're a thing. They seem to still be going, so they've sold some.
And they've made a different shape as well now, haven't they?
They've made a couple, haven't they?
The only ones I know are the Telly and the Jazzmaster, but
haven't they made a Strat as well?
I mean, I've not seen it, but then I don't really pay attention to these things unless we talk about them on the podcast.
Yep. So there you go. Fender have made some different versions of this. They've made custom shop versions and Mexican made ones now.
Yep.
Harley Benton are throwing their hat in the ring in a quite spectacular fashion. So theirs is the telly shape, am I right? I think.
Yeah, I mean it's more of a Gibson Les Paul shape, but I mean not Gibson. Sorry, it's more of a single cut.
Yeah, like
3-a-side headstock guitar
nod
shape.
Yeah, nods to the. Okay, but it's got a single pickup. It's got like a. It's not got a sound hole as much as it's got like a couple of stripes on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're non-F shaped F holes. Is how I would describe them.
I mean, it should be a G hole, shouldn't it? That would be brilliant. But it's kind of a bit acoustic. It's got an electric pickup in it, like a magnetic pickup in it.
Yeah, it's a telly neck pickup, which is it's an angled telly neck pickup, which is a bit weird,
but also a bit intriguing.
Yeah. I mean, in a normal guitar, it might be intriguing.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that it's again not for us. Not for us. In terms of like these aren't guitars. We weren't pining over the American ones. We weren't then like creaming our kegs over the fact that they did a more affordable Mexican version. Spoilers, not really that affordable.
Yeah.
This is the price point that if I were tempted, I would be jumping in with both feet at. They are again like around the £300 mark. I wrote it in last week's, so sorry if you can hear.
£333.
Oh wow! So the same as the RE202. Wow. Damn. But there you go.
And if you shout into one of the F holes on this one, out of the other F hole, you'll get a delayed sound.
Yeah, you probably would. Yeah. So these they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool. I have no interest in getting one because of just what it is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. It's an affordable, like an actually affordable version.
Yeah, I mean, if you were looking at the Acoustasonic and thinking, I'd really want to try that, but I'm not spending $3,000, and then you looked and went, oh, they make a Mexican one. Oh, I don't want to spend £1,200 on one. Then this is kind of the guitar for you. Like, it would probably function okay as an acoustic as well as like the neck pickup, which I'm not sure the Acoustasonics would, because they appear to be like solid body, but they've got a sound hole that doesn't go anywhere. Is how they look to me.
Yeah, it's like
I've never seen
one
in person.
No,
yeah, it's just like a cavern in the. It's like somebody's drilled a round hole, but nothing more. Whereas this is actually a hollow bodied guitar. So
cool.
it's kind of. Yeah, this is kind of more what you'd be thinking of if something. I mean, this would probably be better called an Acoustasonic in that it's probably acoustic, whereas I'm not sure the other one is. But I mean, that's conjecture because I have not seen the other ones, but the photos don't make them look like they're an acoustic guitar. They make them look like they're a weird electric guitar with a sound hole.
Yes, they do, don't they? I would assume they're probably chambered.
Yeah, I imagine so, but I don't think the sound hole goes to the chambers, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, so like those ones are strange, but the Harley Benton one is more like the guitar that Lindsey Buckingham used, and I think that's kind of where that was aiming at, like that whole Acoustasonic movement. Yeah. I think it's a bit strong calling it a movement, but
yeah, I mean, and it's weird that they've got so the controls are two knobs on the top horn of the Paul.
Like the not cut out horn.
The not cut out one, yeah. The uncut of the single cut.
Yeah, that's a strange place to have it, isn't it?
Yeah, so you got two knobs there as well, rather than like a toggle switch to flick between the two modes, and then have the. I assume one of these is maybe a blend feature. I didn't look into it enough, and I've only got a photo, so I can't tell you. But
Let's go with yes. That's exactly what it
I
is.
assume you can blend between the piezo and the thing. Otherwise, why have you got a 2 pickup selector on a rotational knob?
Yeah.
And the other one is either volume or tone.
You would hope a volume. You would hope at a volume.
Yeah.
But there you go.
But yeah, like and then it's a neck pickup of a telly, but it's nowhere near the neck. It's like nearer the middle than the neck. So what? Like it's not really an acoustic sound because it's got F holes instead of a sound hole, but it's also not an electric sound because the pickup's not in the right place.
I think.
So is it hybrid between a guitar and not a guitar?
I think the pickup choice is exactly in the right place. It's a bit like the P bass pickup, where it's not down at the bridge because it's like too bassy, and then it's not up at the neck because it'd be too woolly. So it's sitting in the right place to be like the most honest sound, like really punchy and usable. You could probably get a decent kind of warm bridge sound from it, or like a quite bright neck sound out of it by it being in roughly in the middle.
Yeah, and I'm studying this photo whilst you're talking, and I hope that it's just the way that the photo's been taken, but it looks like they've angled the wooden part of the bridge so that they can keep the plastic part of the bridge, but the strings are over, completely level with the frets. And I think actually the bridge is normal and the plastic bit is like angled, so you've got that almost intonation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like that at all. It looks like the strings are like coming over parallel to the frets, and the bridge is just slightly angled weird. And I just hope it isn't, because somebody's made a very bad mistake if they have.
No, I think it's the angle of the photo.
But yeah, it just I was looking at it going, that's the stupidest way to do this. What are you doing?
I reckon that's probably where we're gonna end it for this week, because but there you go. There you go. Right, we've got some people to thank for allowing this shenanigans to continue. They are our Patreon backers, and for as little as $2 a month, you can be one of those people. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimpson. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans. We've got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We have got Mr. Hugh G. Rection. Indeed. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, and Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, and the Second Button podcast. Woo woo. If you want to catch me online, you find me at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube is the home to the No Talk All Tone series and the No Talk All Tone Versus series, where you have your own say on which tube screamer's better. No, this next one coming up is going to be heavy. Matt, we can find you at heel_MattQ at Twitter and Twinstagram. Not the other one, the one that shall not be named. That's a podcast. I reckon that's a podcast for this week. So, from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Hey, it will be. I'd like to say it's been a couple of weeks since that's happened, but it hasn't, because people try and steal your catchphrase. So it will be a tatty bye and good night this week.
Bye.
Bye. My pet mouse, Elvis, died yesterday. He was caught in a trap.
It's even music related.
Indeed, yeah. Like you never get that unless we do Sean Connery. No, Sean Connery's not a musician. What am I about?
I was going to say, wait. Yes, that famous musician, Sean Connery.